Every morning, 4:30 a.m. wake up, and my goal is to not wake up my family. Just stretched out my quads, my hamstrings, my calves in preparation for a big session and a big effort today. Today we're doing a 2-mile warm-up and then 8 1,000 meter repeats and then a 1-mile cool down. So when you get home, make Charlie some Charlie cakes or some oatmeal. She's been into oatmeal and bacon recently and sourdough and peaches. She eats pretty good. So today's a Monday, and Mondays here at BPN are always crazy. Fresh jar. At the root of who I am, I will always be a strength athlete. I love throwing weight around in the gym. I love getting a pump. I love it. I need it in my life. Every morning, 4:30 a.m. wake up, and my goal is to not wake up my family. I have a 2-year-old daughter, and my wife is going to have our second baby any day now. So I do a lot of things the night before in preparation for the next day. So like last night, I got all my meals prepped, all my supplements prepped for this morning's workout. I even make my coffee the night before, just so the coffee maker doesn't wake up my daughter, and I'll just put it in the microwave for 2 minutes as soon as I wake up. So I got all my stuff packed up, heading to this morning's track session. My fuel that I'll sip on the way to the track is 2 scoops of G1M Sport. So this is 40 grams of carbohydrates, 700 milligrams of sodium, and then before we start the workout, I'll have 1 Go Gel. But I made it out of the house. No one woke up. It was a success. I did some mobility work, just stretched out my quads, my hamstrings, my calves in preparation for a big session and a big effort today. One of the things that I like to do for speed workouts is wear a different pair of shoes. Now, part of this is physical, part of it is also mental. So I just laced up the Nike Vaporflies. This is a carbon plated shoe, which is great for speed work. This is also what I wear for marathons or races. But for me, having a different pair of shoes or a different type of shoe for a speed workout mentally sets the expectations and conditions going to that workout. Like when I put on the Nike Vaporflies or any carbon plated shoe, I know I'm not just going to do an easy run. I'm showing up to put in a big effort and do some work. So today we're doing a 2-mile warm up and then 8 1,000 meter repeats and then a 1-mile cool down. And we're about to start that here in a little bit. I'm gonna add 1 Go Gel to my pre-workout nutrition. So this will put me at 64 grams of carbohydrates before this workout starts. This is the apple cinnamon flavor. And because this is bigger effort work, higher thresholds, faster paces, I want those carbs. I want those carbs and I want the sodium for the electrolytes. But I really want those carbs to fuel this training session. And especially fast acting, fast digesting carbs. I just pulled up this workout within my watch itself. Like I said, 2 mile warm up, 8 1,000 meter repeats. The goal is to hold each 1,000 meter repeat between a 5:20 and 5:45 minute per mile pace, 1 minute rest in between, and then a 1 mile cool down. And what's nice is because it's all on my watch, holds you very accountable to not only paces but also rest, because as soon as you finish that 1,000 meter repeat, that 60-second clock starts, and then it's 3, 2, 1 again. So we're about to kick this off right now. GPS is synced. 2 mile warm up. Let's go. Warm-up complete. About to go into this first interval. I just announced that I'm training for High Rocks Dallas, which is November 23rd. 1K repeats is great engine building work for High Rocks. I'm locked in right now. I'm locked into this workout. I'm locked into prep. I'm so just intentionally focused. I'm ready to rip right now. So here we go. First interval kicking off. Here we go. You wanted it to be the home of my head, out of the pension sand. And I wonder when I sing along with you, if everything could ever be this way forever. If anything could ever be this good again. The only thing I'll ever ask of you, you gotta promise not to stop when I say when. Rep number 1 was 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Rep number 2, 3 minutes, 23 seconds. I'd like to hold around that. What I'm shooting for is controlled discomfort. It's gonna be uncomfortable. These intervals are supposed to be hard, but controlled. Hard, but controlled. Eight repeats complete. I was able to hold each one of those 1K intervals at 3 minutes, 30 seconds or less, which I'm happy with, but it was a tough workout. I got 1 mile cool down to wrap this one up, and then we'll grab some food in the back of the truck. But I made this post a few weeks ago talking about how you will never regret the workout you did. And trust me, I get it. Like, there's mornings when I wake up and I don't want to go run. But I go out in the kitchen, I do my morning routine, I lace up my shoes, I go out the door, I take the first step, and at that point I'm already committed. That's all you gotta do. Whether it's going to the gym, hitting a workout, coming to the track, just getting out the door in the morning. Regardless of the weather, regardless of how early you need to wake up to get it done, because if it matters to you, you will make time. But I promise you, you will never regret that workout. You will never regret coming out here and just laying down miles and paces and effort and work. You will never regret the work. Hey, Charlie. Charlie, good morning. Good morning, Charlie. I just finished my run. I'm gonna come home and make you some breakfast, okay? I dropped it on the Nanit. Charlie just woke up. Usually, I mean, 95% of the time, I'm not at the track this late in the morning. I'm usually done with my run by 5:55, 6 a.m. If we're doing a big workout on the track or something unique, a little bit later, but this is the rare occasion actually. I usually get back 5:55, 6 a.m. for my run. I make my breakfast, and then shortly after Charlie's wake up, I get her up. But she just woke up. I checked on the Nanette to see what was going on. This is a little later for her actually than she normally wakes up, which I'm surprised. So we can get home, make Charlie some Charlie cakes or some oatmeal. She's been into oatmeal and bacon recently, and sourdough, and peaches. She eats pretty good. 1 scoop of strong greens, 1 scoop of BPN strong reds, and then I have 1 serving of our fish oil, which is high in omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. It's called Strong Omega. Serving of our multivitamin, and then 1 of our joint supplement support called Strong Joints. I throw those back, wash that down, and I made breakfast last night because I want to get this first meal in as fast as possible or as early as possible, and immediately after my run or my workout in the morning, because there's a lot of calories that I want to and need to get in during a day. And if I just start too late, like me personally, if I start too late eating and getting calories in, I'm just like force feeding towards the end of the day. So I'd like to space my meals out pretty evenly. Now, this does not look extremely appetizing, but I promise you it is. So I have half a cup of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, half a cup of oats, and then 3 ounces of wild caught salmon. This is all cold. I'm just gonna eat that. Could really use some sauce, but it is what it is. And then trusty banana. 1 banana every single day. So in this meal alone, this meal including what I had pre-run, being G1M Sport and Go Gel, and all of this, 126 grams of carbs, 20 grams of fat, and 50 grams of protein. So today I'll probably shoot for 225 grams of protein, 450 grams of carbs, and about 120 grams of fat. And that's one of the reasons I just want to start eating earlier. Now, this is something I make for Charlie every single morning. We call it a Charlie Chino. So I'm going to throw this in the microwave for 30 seconds. But what it is just some whole milk, a little splash of maple syrup, some pure vanilla extract, and then cinnamon. And while we're here, Steph is officially 36 weeks. 5 days pregnant, and I'm going to mix this up. Like I said, throw it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and then give it to Charlie. This is the Charlie Chino. She asks for it as soon as she wakes up. Can I try your breakfast?
No, I get so forgetful when I look in your eyes. Now she's walking backward through a parade, and I'm stuck in the shadows.
So today's a Monday, and Mondays here at BPN are always pretty crazy. One, because there's been a bunch of orders from this past weekend that have come in. that just happens every weekend. So the fulfillment team is working hard to get caught up by the end of the day today. What I like to do first thing Monday morning is just do my rounds. So I come over here, I see the ops team, I'll check in on the customer service and experience team, I'll check in on the brand and marketing team, and then go back to my office and get caught up on emails, messages, and just kind of like my to-do list from what I didn't catch up on last week or what popped up this weekend. So really just like laying the foundation for the week, check-ins, get caught up, and I can really dive into areas of work. This right here, meal number 2, we have 8 ounces of ground beef. And the way that I've been prepping my ground beef lately is I use the Siete mild taco seasoning. So for a whole pack of taco seasoning, I will use 3 pounds of ground beef. That's how I prep it. But there's 8 ounces of ground beef here, 300 grams of rice, some coconut aminos, Primal Kitchen's buffalo sauce. I'm gonna throw this in the microwave for 3 minutes. We have a beet problem here. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 jars of beets on back stock because so many people have jumped on the beet train. And it's one of those things, like for me, it just doesn't get old. It never gets old. It's still just as good as the first time. Fresh jar. One of the things that I truly love and am very passionate about when it comes to building and leading BPN is building teams, leading people, and then empowering people to do a role, do a job. So big picture perspective, like my leadership approach is to find people who are good people, kind, empathetic, hardworking, bought in, committed to building this business, this brand, their career, doing good things and helping people along the way. I love to find these people, put them in roles that play to their strengths, and then truly empower them. And that's how I've always just looked at my approach to building this business and leading people and teams. Is there certain parts of the business that I really want to lean into, and that's where I do lean into. It's big picture vision of where the brand's heading, the look, the feel, the products, research and development, manufacturing. I love building the product, using the product, and then telling stories and educating people on the brand message, mission, and products themselves. Like that's what I love doing, the whole experience. There's other parts of the business that I am passionate about, but don't love necessarily working on day to day. And that's where I find people, hire them, help train them, empower them, and let them own that role. Where I've gone wrong in the past actually is when advisors, mentors, other people have told me, hey, you're working on the wrong parts of the business. As a CEO, you need to be working on X, Y, and Z. And I followed that advice for a while. And the reality is I stopped working on a lot of the things that I actually love working on. And I wasn't as fulfilled. And I realized over time, there's no blueprint, there's no rule book on how to be a great CEO. An example, things that I love doing in the business, I love working on the website. I love building out the website, working with our web dev team and our marketing team and laying out photos and videos and images and web frames, wireframes in certain places and testing and trying things out. I love working on the website. I also love creating content. I love recording podcasts and having deep conversations and making these videos. And I think a lot of people would look at some of the things that I work on daily or frequently and say, well, like a CEO shouldn't be working on that. But again, to reinforce, I've found that there's no specific way, there's no mold on how to do a certain thing or pursue a specific role. you got to find what you love doing and do that. And then encouraging and delegating and empowering others to do the things you might not want to work on. And that's worked out pretty well for me so far. Do a spin around. Let's see it, cool.
Hey, the shoes are from Gucci, pants Balenciaga, you know, shirt V-Lone. I got it on me, bro.
Dude, I know what none of those brands are.
It's honestly a good thing.
Yeah, you don't need to know.
Have you seen those
Comfort
street
colors.
Oh, yeah. Chicago, they're just wearing-
So every week, every Monday, we have our brand, what's called L10. And the L10 comes from the foundation of EOS, which is the Entrepreneurial Operating System. And we implemented EOS into our business about 2 years ago now. We don't fully embrace the whole process any longer, but we still hold on to certain aspects and pieces of EOS in the business still. And the weekly L10 is one of the foundational pieces of that operating system. And essentially we have discussion topics, mainly issues that we're experiencing as a team, and anyone can add issues throughout the week. And then we identify and we solve these issues, these discussion points at this meeting. And this typically lasts about 90 minutes, sometimes a little bit shorter, sometimes a little bit longer. But it's an opportunity to bring everyone in by department and just get aligned for the next week.
I think you picked up a lot of bad habits. Just appreciate yourself. Won't you think about you and I? Just grab my hand and look me in the eye. Look, this ain't something you should decide. This ain't something that you should decide. Won't you think about you and I? Just grab my hand and look me in the eye. Look, this ain't something you should decide. This ain't something that you should decide.
This is the pre-training meal. So I got overnight oats that I made last night. I do all of my meal prep typically the night before. So I have overnight oats, got vegan protein in here, whey protein in here. I added some extra honey for some more carbs. I have dates, it's 40 grams of dates. Love dates. Dates are nature's dessert. That's what we've been saying recently. And this right here, this is a Honeycrisp apple. If you put a Honeycrisp apple in the fridge overnight, just come get like a sound bite of this. The crunch you get, it's a good apple. That is a good apple. So this meal right here, 116 grams of carbs, 11 grams of fat, 55 grams of protein. Keep this meal typically lower in fat, and then my dinner is typically the highest in fat because we're either having like a steak, beef, pork. We'll add like butter and some extra virgin olive oil to what we're cooking. But pre-training meal right here. Of all the things that people see us working on and even launching, there are just as many, if not more, things that we are working on that never see the light of day, that we don't launch. I mean, in the last couple months, we went through an entire rebranding experiment where we onboarded an agency, a design agency. We went through discovery. We created initial designs, new labels, logos, all things brand. It was a huge endeavor and process. And at the end of the day, we didn't pull the trigger on it because it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like the best thing for the brand at the time. And there's so many different products we work on every year that never launch. Like this is right here, a clear example. We right now are working on 2 new potential products that we will launch. This right here is a product that we worked on for about 6 months and never launched. These right here are samples of an RTD pre-running pre-workout. And there were certain ingredients that we wanted to use that we were testing on their own. We engaged a contract manufacturer. We started working on these samples. And at the end of the day, we just weren't, and I wasn't 100% sold on the performance of the product. And we tweaked the formula a little bit here and there. Still couldn't get it to where we were happy with. It just didn't perform as we expected or planned for. So we actually just like trashed the product and project. So like this right here, which we spent a lot of time on, as of right now, we'll never see our website. It'll never see the light of day. Maybe we will revisit it in the future, but it just didn't feel like we were investing time, energy, resources into something that was going to be meaningful, not only for our business, but for the consumer and the person on the other end buying and using the product. So there's a lot of things that we work on daily, big projects that just don't make it. And that's okay. That's just part of building a brand. The product has to solve a problem. It has to help a consumer. It needs to be something that has meaning, has purpose, and should be sold in the marketplace. And that's what we aim to produce and then sell. Okay, so this is the workout for tomorrow. Yesterday, this is the workout I hit. So it was a 1.5 mile run, 1K ski, and then 4 times this circuit, 40 wall balls, 40 meter sled push with 200 pounds, 40 meter lunge with 65 pounds. Starting next time I do sled pushes, I'm actually going to increase the weight on the sled push to probably actually like 350 to 400 pounds. And then it was 1K row, 1.5 mile run. I did this one in 49:25. That was my time for this. This was a note for the team. I put these workouts on the board because the team will run through these. Don't scale. Set the standard, hold the standard. Don't scale. And then the workout I'll be doing tomorrow, and I'm sure a bunch of the team will do this as well, will be, you do this 2 times, 1K run, 1K row, 1K run, 1K ski, 50 wall balls. So that's tomorrow's workout. But today, we're hitting some chest, some triceps, some core, focusing on strength, power output, moving through these movements with, I don't want to say little rest, but condensed rest periods. I want to move through lots of supersets, some drop sets, focusing on, yes, strength, power output, but also muscular endurance. Now, like I said, this is a push workout, but every workout deserves pull-ups. Doesn't have to be a pull workout. Every push workout, every workout in general deserves some pull-ups. Your back deserves pull-ups. So starting off with 4 sets. It's an AMRAP of pull-ups and then 25 push-ups. And I'll rest a little bit after doing that superset. Run through that 4 times.
Standing in the sea, your body's over me. No retreat because the dirt is temporary. More to mind than fact face.
You know, when it comes to training, I started working out when I fell in love with the gym. Bodybuilding, strength training, and then, you know, as I've documented my entire life online, on YouTube, I've shared my evolution and just philosophy of training more towards this hybrid athlete lifestyle with the introduction of running and endurance training and going after marathon goals and ultra goals and triathlon goals. But at the root of who I am, I will always be a strength athlete. I love throwing weight around in the gym. I love getting a pump. I love it. I need it in my life. And depending on what I'm training for, my training, my diet, my body evolves and changes based off that goal. Right now, the goal is high rocks come November. So I'm still running a lot. I'm running about 45 miles each week, and that's done in the morning. That doesn't include the running for my high rocks workouts. Strength training about 3 to 4 days a week, and then high rocks work. So like tomorrow's a good example of a strictly endurance day. I'll do an easy 7-mile run in the morning, and I'll have that high rocks workout that I shared on the board tomorrow afternoon or evening. So a big endurance day, little to no strength. So when I come in here and I throw the weights around, I get my itch. I need that. I love that. So we did some pre-exhaustion stuff so far. Now moving into heavy dumbbell chest press. Start with the hundreds and see how this feels, then move from here. You know, when I come to a strength training workout, I have some structure of what I plan to hit and how I want to hit that workout. But a lot of times when I get in here, I'm just going based off of feel. So like, you know, 110s felt pretty good. So I bet you I could get 120 for maybe 4 to 5 reps at a peak set. And after this, like I'm really feeling some dips targeting my chest. So I'll really just like based off feel, move from movement to movement and select rep ranges or set ranges based off that feel. That's how I've really always approached strength training. So there's 2 different ways you can do dips. You can do dips that target your triceps, and you can do dips that target your chest. Now I'm trying to target my triceps. I'm staying kind of more upright, and I'm just thinking about putting all of that focus on the tricep itself. When it comes to chest, I'm more so flaring my elbows a little bit, and I'm allowing to come down a little deeper, and think about doing this movement right here. Elbows flared, boom. I want like the emphasis of contraction in my inner chest. I like doing both, personally. All right, that's a workout. That's chest, triceps, core, a solid strength day. That workout was about 70 minutes, hour and 10. Tomorrow, big endurance day. Can't wait. Can't wait for tomorrow's training sessions. So tonight for dinner, I'm prepping the potatoes right now. These are purple sweet potatoes. We love purple sweet potatoes. So I'm rinsing these off. I'll cut them in half. I'll add some olive oil and some seasonings, and then I'm gonna throw these on the Traeger with pork chops and lamb chops. I love lamb. Lamb is one of my favorite sources of meat outside of steak. So purple sweets, pork chops, lamb chops, both of those from the local farmer's market. And then I'm gonna do a salad, an arugula salad on the side. Just gonna paint these purple sweets with olive oil. And we're gonna hit it with some seasoning. So we're gonna do salt, pepper, do some oregano, some cumin. Should be good. Now seasoning wise, what I'm gonna do on these pork chops, I always think like a sweet barbecue rub is best on pork. So I'm using this hardcore carnivore sweet barbecue rub. Steph and I love pork chops. So I grew up in the kitchen, I would say, with my mom, my grandma, and as they were cooking like lunch, so I remember vividly, Sunday afternoons after church, we go to my grandma's house, which was like 3 miles from church, and cousins and uncles and aunts would be there, and my grandpa would make cheeseburgers and french fries, and my grandma would make deviled eggs, and they had this like 1 acre garden in their backyard, and we'd all be in the kitchen helping prep everything, cutting the vegetables, forming the patties of the burgers, cutting the potatoes, putting in the deep fryer. Like just growing up in the kitchen with my family was some of like my best memories. And I've always cherished those. And it's part of the reason I love just the kitchen so much, cooking. Alright, so for the salad, we're gonna do, this is one of these salads. It's what's in our kitchen, or what's in our fridge that we can use for a salad before we restock on some veggies. So we got some arugula, got some cucumber, gonna do some green onion, and then I'm gonna do feta cheese, pickled beets, more pickled beets, and then I'm gonna do salt, pepper, olive oil, and lemon juice for the dressing. Just something super simple and light. We got the pork chops here, the lamb right here. Actually, I think the lamb has a bone in it, which is nice. Eat right around that bone. Gonna let this purple sweet sit a little bit longer, get the salad ready. Dinner will be ready in like 10 minutes. Right now it's 5:51 p.m. So by 6 p.m. we should be sitting down at the dinner table. All right, family is sitting down, making their plates. We got the purple sweets. I'm doing 1 pork chop, 1 lamb chop to start. And we got the salad right here. I'm definitely throwing some pickled beets on. And then after this, the family's gonna hang out. Me and Charlie will probably wrestle outside because that is her favorite thing to do with me right now. And then we're just gonna chill and hang out.
Oh, you wrestle?
Let's get ready to boom! This is officially Nick and Charlie signing out. You have any last words for this video? What do you guys say? What do you want to say? All right. You want to go down?
No.
What do you want to do? Here we go.
No.
You did it.
No.
Come kiss. Hey, what's that? Say bye-bye to the video.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Yeah.